Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the podcast. I am your host, Kristofer, alongside Randall and our producer, Jordan. We are honored here to join you today. This is the beginning of a new era. Season 4 is upon us, and we just want to take this time to thank everyone for tuning in. Future listeners, when you listen to this, whenever you're tuning in, we appreciate your support so much. It's a really big part of the reason we're here recording right now. We have a lot of changes, a lot of exciting things to look forward to. We're super pumped. Randall, do you have anything to say over there?
People said we wouldn't make it back, but we're here, baby.
Oh, we are here.
I'm so excited.
I'm absolutely jacked. I know we're both a little nervous. It's
been
a minute since we did this,
some
but
jitters.
Yeah, we just wanted to say initially, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate all the support we've got, even in the off season.
100%.
The numbers were crazy during the off season, even, which is crazy. But we can hopefully return back to our weekly uploads for the next foreseeable future. So, super pumped to get into this episode. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Send it. All right, let's hit it.
Everybody, welcome back to Rabbit Trails Podcast, all new season 4 right here, episode 73. I am so excited for everybody out there that thought we quit, gave up, and left. Ha! Suck it, we are back. What is up, Kristofer? How you doing?
I am doing amazing. I'm pumped. I'm a little bit nervous. I loved your intro.
I am too.
I'm having a great time so far. Dude, I miss this so much.
I miss you guys, honestly.
I do.
It's been a while.
You know, we're not in mid-season form yet. I will be honest. So when I get nervous, my hands sweat a little bit.
We aren't even in preseason form, my dude.
We're training camp now.
Yeah, hardly.
Yeah, we're draft season.
Yeah.
We're drafting right now. But no, my hands are a little bit sweaty right now.
A little slimy,
I'm not going to lie.
No.
It's, just a little bit. But, few episodes into this season, we're going to be fine.
Oh, we'll be back. We'll be back
relaxed.
crispy, buns a-glazing, just hitting it.
Oh, man,
firing on all cylinders, man. It's going to be beautiful.
It's going to be awesome. There are so many things I'm excited about for the season.
So many changes coming at you. We will get to a lot of them as we get into this. But first off, what is the biggest change right in front of us we want to talk about right away? I mean, it's pretty. I mean, nobody else is going to see it, but we can talk about it.
I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to cut you off, though, beforehand, because I want our producer to say something.
Oh, what's up, Deuce?
I mean, he's back with us.
I completely forgot about it. Also, welcome back, our producer.
Hey!
How's it going, guys?
He's over there just like a bump on a log. Like, well, I want to talk.
We didn't know if he'd be back. He is here. He's with us. Looking fine.
Officially,
redder than ever.
Officially signed a 17-game
Not his
contract.
hair. He's blushing.
17-game contract. Do you want to implement, what were the details implied?
I don't like to make that stuff public.
Fully guaranteed, though?
It was fully guaranteed.
Fully guaranteed.
Let's go. Thank you, Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. Are there any,
But unlike Deshaun, I have zero allegations.
That's why we locked him up.
Yeah.
Had to lock him up. No allegations.
No, just I have never been locked up. That's why I don't have allegations.
Oh. That's what you meant by that. Yeah.
Yep. No, it's great to be back. It's new dawn, new era down here in the studio in the 338?
338.
It's the 8.
Yeah.
It's been the 338. We'll be forever.
Very, very interesting, very excited.
It is trademarked.
It is now.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's ours now. I mean,
Okay.
I can't tell you if we stole it or not, but we didn't steal it. It's ours for good. Don't worry.
We stole it, but now we're more popular than we ever had it before, so it's ours. Thank you.
So because no one's introducing this show, I'll just go ahead and do this. To my right is Randall. He's one of the biggest comedic hosts of this show.
Yeah, literally. Figuratively.
Brings all the energy, the juice. Like they said, I am the producer. I don't know what I produce.
I'm sorry. Was it too early for a fat joke? I'm sorry. I actually did not. I'm sorry.
Time check. We are 2 minutes into this.
We have now moved into preseason.
To be fair, there's something.
Moving right along.
There is something that happened during the off season, and I will say, based off of that, I'm going to get into that in a little bit. We have some other things to get into. You look good. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you, sir.
You look good. We'll get into that.
Also, who is to your left?
You can continue introducing
and
us.
then to my left is Kristofer. He's also the...
That is me.
Yeah, the second host of the show. Don't really know what he does. He does a lot of ranting. And I did listen through... I went back and listened to some of the older episodes, and I realized that you go on these long rants. Like, I remember thinking about that.
He does, too.
I remember thinking about that in previous episodes. And, like, when I was physically sitting here manning the buttons, like, hitting record, that's really all I do.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking about that, but it wasn't until just recently I went back and listened to it. And so I feel like
he's the king ranter. Like, he rants a lot.
I feel like we should make some coaching adjustments.
No, I hold that title
Tune
strongly.
some of that up.
And you're comfortable with it.
I have no shame in being a ranter. I mean,
I don't know.
I respect the fact that you will pick a mountain, no matter it is the most ridiculous mountain alive, but you will die on it, and you will not.
I could tell you right now, Joe Biden deserves re-election, and I could die on that mountain. I'd rant for days on
You
that.
will die alone, young.
If I might die alone. That's fine.
That is a lonely mountain.
I might die alone, but that's fine. I could really.
Do I need to break out the first mute of the season?
I would mute him right away. Oh, he's already muted. Already muted. We're fast approaching mid-season 4 over here.
Did I get it? Oh, I got my own.
Yeah,
button.
he's got it.
I'm telling you.
All right.
And speaking of being muted, a big part of that is because of all this equipment that's around.
Dude, I am a bit intimidated by what's going on. I'll lay it out for us here.
100% honest.
100%
Biggest reason I re-signed the contract was all of this stuff.
Because all the stuff. We got him new toys. But so basically what we were talking about, what I was alluding to earlier, is we spent a lot of time this offseason, by a lot of time, I mean the last 2 days, before we started recording, and we built an incredible masterpiece of a desk. Like, guys, this thing, I don't know if you can hear it, it's 100%
Solid
reclaimed lumber from a pallet shop. Like, it is
the top grade though of this pallet shop.
Like,
It's
it was
amazing.
the best 2x4s and 1x we could find out of a scrap pile, but it is. This desk is immaculate. Oh man, this thing's
so
immaculate.
It's insane.
It is.
The resale value is right around $1,580, somewhere in there.
It actually is.
And depending where you put the comma, that's up to you. But like, that's what its retails.
It is roughly. It's L-shaped, but the one side is, what is it, over 10 feet long? 10 feet long?
I believe it's
and then
almost
the
11.
bottom of the L is 8 feet. It is a massive L-shaped desk. It is bar height, 34-inch tabletop, or what is it? What is the length of the
I believe the
countertop?
specs are 30 inches wide.
30 inches. I overshot it by 4 inches. Go
43
figure.
inches high.
Yeah,
It's just
43
newer,
inches. So it is a
bigger,
bar,
better.
new, bigger. We got new mics, new soundboard, new everything. Oh, man, this place is...
And
Still has that thing that he keeps playing with, though. All the money and all the upgrades we put in this year, we couldn't get rid of that, Kristofer. Jeez.
I might take a hammer to that specific button.
I will take a hammer to it.
There's so many things that are new this season, and as you've noticed already, as of this episode releasing everywhere this Monday, we have a new logo.
We do have a
Let's
new
talk
logo.
about it a little
Let's
bit.
talk
because
about it.
That's something that we discussed for a little bit. We were like, is it time for a refresher? Because believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, should I expose the person who made our first logo? Because
Do it.
I thought they did a dang good job, and it did us well for the 3-4 years that we used it. But that was our producer, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
He was in his office. He was grinding it out, and all of a sudden he's
I think
like,
it took
what do you
about
think of
30
this?
seconds.
I honestly,
honest with you.
I can't confirm it took longer. I was,
Oh, really?
Because he showed me like different ones, and I was like, well, do this maybe.
Yeah.
I didn't add a whole lot of influence to it, but then
He has ideas.
then he showed me the final one. And I'm like, I like it. It worked.
The main reason for, and like we said, when this podcast episode releases, it'll be everywhere. It'll be on our Instagram, all our what do they call them? Media forums
Outlets.
will be updated, so you'll see what we're talking about when you listen to this. But the main reason we did it is because we were making a lot of big changes. A desk, we were putting a lot of money back into, and I hope you guys can tell sound quality with the mics and the boards and everything. Just we wanted to make it better for you guys to listen to.
Yeah.
Also, we have some big news coming as far as platform-wise. Chris will get into that here in a little bit. But we were talking about it, and Chris actually brought it up. Is like, should we make a change with the logo? Because like we felt like, even though we loved, like for me personally, I loved our logo, and it was a special part of like Rabbit Trail started. Like we threw this up, we started recording, literally kind of as a joke, literally how it kind of started.
Yeah.
But we've stuck with it. But we felt like it was a great time to like put some effort into it, kind of rebrand a little bit and make it a little more professional. Something that looks better you'd want to wear on a t-shirt or a hoodie or something, and something that looks like we tried a little bit. But we figured it would be a great time to do it, all kind of a part of Rabbit Trails 2.0 that we're starting off with this season, which I could not be more excited about, honestly.
Yeah, like you said, I'm very, very excited. I mean, essentially what he's trying to say is it's all a headache in higher quality, much like the state of Montana.
It's just a
What?
it's just a pile of crap that smells slightly worse than a normal pile of crap.
Exactly.
But
If anybody wants the hookups to who did our designing for that, let me know. I could get in touch with me somehow through the podcast, whatever. I'll hook you up with a good designer we worked with. But very professional, very great guy. Liked the dude. Good working with him. But I thought he did a great job. I am a big fan of what he came out with.
I loved how you kept the color scheme kind of the same and everything, the feel to it, but yet it has a new look, which I really love.
No, I love it. It looks fresh. Speaking of that, we do have some other exciting things we got to get into. One being platforms. So
yes,
as of now, we upload on pretty much all the major podcasting platforms. There's a big one we're missing, and that's one that I'm going to get to in a minute. But if you don't know where to find the podcast,
we're on iTunes, Spotify, Google,
correct?
Google, and I believe that's it right now.
So there is others. Those are the main three.
Those are the main three. Yes,
those are the main three. And the big one we haven't done yet is YouTube. Now, before anyone starts running, streaking, whatever you're going to do,
losing your mind,
calm down,
sit down.
Unfortunately, we
put your pants back on.
We can't tell you that we are going to start filming this podcast. As much as I wish we could tell you that, it's not where we're at right now.
Not yet.
But I will say that we are moving our platform onto YouTube as well. As far as all our episodes will be found on there,
which I could not be more excited about. It's actually a huge step for me personally.
So just for you personally.
Well, I believe it's a big step.
No, it's awesome. It's exciting to look forward to. And even if you're looking for a way to support the podcast, a great way to do that is just to go over to our YouTube and subscribe.
Yeah.
And we're going to come out with episodes 2 times a week, possibly 3, depending what week it is,
Starting from episode 1, correct, Chris?
This is going to be from the beginning. We're going to release 2 to 3 episodes a week. Definitely stay in tune with that. So if you want to go support, you can feel free to listen to that episode again if you want.
Absolutely.
Or you could do the classic Jake Triplett request and be like, skip halfway through, listen for 10 minutes, skip to the end. That gets the view.
Yeah, exactly.
Secures that up. No, don't do that. If you don't want to listen, that's fine. But if you want to support, go give us a subscribe. Like the videos that we put out. That's always a great way to help the algorithm. Other than that, we're moving our content on there as well. So
we will
YouTube Premium listeners, there you go. If you need your way to listen to your podcast and we haven't provided that yet, we hope to fulfill that need for you as well. So yeah, that's exciting news.
I just found this out tonight actually that we've had a Rabbit Trails YouTube page for a while, correct? Like for longer than just
2019.
2019. We've had it for several years, mostly just because they got it. And I say we, I mean Chris. They got it just to lock it down so nobody else started a YouTube channel with that name or format or whatever. And they've got it, and now they're just uploading on it, so it'll be more active. Like I said, it won't be videoed of us. It'll just basically be the recording of the podcast, but you'll be able to watch it or listen to it on YouTube. Hopefully someday, maybe we'll get to that point. You never know, Chris, right?
Maybe so. There was a lot of upgrades this year, and I feel like there's other minor things we can do, but if we ever make another huge jump, probably would involve filming.
That'll be the big jump, yeah.
But it still is in the foreseeable future. So for now, I'm very, very pleased with where we're at.
I'm so excited. I can't believe, honestly, this desk is mind-blowing. My biggest downfall and the thing I'm upset about is
Nope.
Me and Chris are currently, what do we say, about 8 feet apart from each other?
Don't go where I think you're going.
There's no footsie.
I'd say closer even to 10.
Yeah, 10 feet apart.
There is plenty of
no way.
2x4s.
I am a big dude, and I have long legs. There's no way we could play. I watched Chris nail this desk together. There is no less than 3 boxes of nails in this. It is solid. I mean, you could have a square dance party on top of this thing. It will not fall apart. I promise you that.
It's very, very sturdy.
I think the producer did that mainly just so we couldn't play footsie, which I'm taking
come across the table.
I'll still come across it. Don't get me wrong.
I could support him.
Oh, you build it so when I do come across it, we'll support it. All right.
There is no bowing in this table, unlike the previous one.
This table is stout.
This thing's a monster.
Look at that stain quality.
It is very impressive. Wow, I am impressed.
It's honestly impressive.
I could just go on about this alone. I mean, what I mean? The architectural design.
The new mic stands.
The beer pong capabilities.
Yes. What?
Move some equipment.
Season 4. This is so exciting. Do you have any comments as far as YouTube goes over there, Ducey?
No, I really don't.
You excited? All right, so he is clearly pumped.
What are we talking about? The YouTube side of it?
Yeah, I just didn't know if you had any comments or anything to add to that to
Honestly,
the people.
Honestly, no. I know there's the YouTube side won't necessarily be super popular.
It's not generally amongst podcasters.
But you can
no.
still subscribe to it. There's nothing keeping you from doing that a while.
No.
Right.
And it is a real thing out there with people only having YouTube Premium to listen to podcasts, because really anymore in today's like society and like media output, you just put it wherever you can. You know what I mean? That's what you do. So in this case, it's just one of those things. We got to get to YouTube. YouTube's huge.
I keep a fairly close eye on the ratings. I want to throw this little stab out there because I appreciate the fact.
Stab?
Yeah, it's
Personal
going to
shot?
it's going to be a sharp stab.
All right, let's go.
Because I love Apple, but I hate Apple Music.
Okay.
I honestly do.
Personal attack.
And we're not
Same.
sponsored, so until then, I hate them. Spotify has.
You do realize they can go back and listen to the previous episode.
We'll
right?
take it down.
We'll cut that
never
out.
going to be in episode 79 or whatever this is.
3.
So Spotify has a majority of our listens, which
Really?
means most of our listeners. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's
Are Christians.
lots. Yes, the Christians. Great people.
How did I know you were going to go there with that?
So, yeah, I was just kind of surprised because I thought most Apple people are fairly loyal to Apple Music. Turns out they're not. The big Spotify people out there.
Well, Spotify don't get like I'm an Apple Music person, always have been, always will be probably. Hey, watch it. But Spotify, the reason they're so popular is because they were the first one to like do the monthly subscription and get everything free with it. Like Apple used to be like you had to download, pay for albums, and then Apple copied Spotify.
And Spotify also, unlike Apple, has all their podcasts right on Spotify, whereas Apple, you have to have a separate app for it.
True.
So
Here's a question for you, because I enjoy some of this. Like I was going back through and looking at some of my old Apple Music recently, because it's like I stopped using it not too long after Spotify came out. What was the price? Do you remember the price of like an average song? Not discounted, like a very popular song that just came out.
$1.99, wasn't it?
No, not quite.
$3.99.
No.
no,
was it?
you're in the
$3.99.
you're in the dollar range.
Do you know, Chris?
I want to say $1.97.
It was $1.29.
Oh, that's I knew it was
$29. See,
$1.29.
I've only bought
And then
four
what-
songs in my life.
What was the discounted price?
Oh,
There was, I shouldn't say discounted. There were some songs that were maybe like
there were songs, a lot of songs,
5, 6 years
99
old.
cents.
That's it.
A lot of 99 cents songs.
Yes, a lot of 99 cents. And then
But dude, when they
would
jumped
always
to that
have-
$1.29, you're like, oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
That's a little steep.
Because
It's
with tax, it was like 3 cents.
a tough choice.
But also, I don't know about you, they also had a free song download. I would scavenge that for
And
songs.
I could have cared less over those songs, but I still downloaded them.
Or you
Yeah,
could get
exactly.
someone like Jordan here who could just illegally download stuff on your phone. Who
That was
didn't
it.
do that when you were young? Like
Oh,
everyone
we
could
had
have their ways.
We had a computer downstairs. We had hundreds and probably thousands of hours of pirated DVDs from the library. I will go on record. It is long gone. Good luck proving it now, FBI.
And today's sponsor is
we-
a VPN.
But no, I don't know.
VPN.
I don't know who taught us how or
can't
who
say
did it,
that.
but we got a hard drive from somebody, and it had thousands of hours of
Yeah.
pirated movies on it, and we could
Yeah.
just watch movies 4 days. And yeah, we would burn CDs. Oh, remember doing that?
Yep.
Burning CDs. Oh, did that like crazy.
Absolutely.
I remember 6-7 years ago when I would go into like where Jordan would work, where we both work now, and I'd take my iPod
Touch.
not even touch, no, like a
Nano.
a Nano or a Shuffle. One
I
of
had
the
the
two.
shuffles. The shuffles.
And-
Channels, yeah.
And then at that point, I'd just be like, here's my list of songs. Sometimes you'd complain. Most times you would, but I still like push through enough. And then I would leave there with all my songs added, and it would be no addition, like no money, no whatever. And I was happy. And then I wore those songs out throughout the week and got
you
back
were
on it. You want to
load
throw
'em
some
up on
OGs,
Monday.
bro? You got like Manic Drive in the beginning, Capital Kings,
I-
some of the
oh.
OGs back in the day. Some
Group One
early
Crew.
Yeah, some early Toby Mac in there. Are you
Early
kidding
Toby
me?
Mac, Group One Crew. I think
When it started getting a little raunchy, throw a little Cray in there. See
I
what
think
happens.
I think some of those like borderline
not a Christian.
like Christian contemporary like Group One Crew, Skillet, some of those. I
Yeah.
think there was church that got split over those. that type of music, it divided.
Yeah.
There was nothing bringing about it there, but Firefly.
Oh, bro. Oh, dude. Don't even get me started
Bro.
on Owl City.
Owl City!
The
Oh,
vibes that Owl
OG.
City. Bro, oh my goodness.
Fireflies.
The thing is, I don't listen to it consistently, but every time it comes on, you're like, still a banger.
It's
Oh,
still,
Still a
Firefly?
banger.
Like
It's so good. Oh my goodness.
I just can't even. Words lose my mind. Words have
Starting
escaped
to
me.
choke up.
Words have escaped
Every
me.
time Adam Young comes in the conversation.
Trying to think. I don't know. Owl City, and then there was a couple others that were just
There's some really
so
OG
good.
ones.
Probably had some country in there.
100%.
Not a
really
country,
young Jason
no.
Aldean.
Oh, like
Blake Shelton.
like good Jason Aldean.
Yeah.
Back when he was good. Blake Shelton, Miranda. What?
What?
Miranda Lambert.
Oh. Okay. What about?
You are trying.
Okay. The question. We'll get this podcast back on track, but we're just reminiscing
No,
for
no.
a sec.
We'll rabbit trail whenever we want.
Did Larry the Cable Guy ever come out with like any music ever?
I don't know, but I pounded
Because
hours of stuff.
If I remember right, I found my brother's iPod, which would be
Let's shut it
sitting
down.
on this
He
side of me.
he pirated a lot for me too. Just so you know, he.
And I don't know if it was music or just comedy skits, but I
No, it
remember
was
hearing
comedy.
Larry the Cable Guy. And
comedy.
I remember I heard things I would never unhear. And this was I was like 12 years old, maybe.
Yeah, there's probably stuff when I was 13, 14 years old I should not have been listening to from Larry the Cable Guy. But you know, it built me into who I am today. Better or worse, I don't know.
I like the Hooters.
I hope you tote them around the mall for a little while.
Hey, where else are you going to learn how life is done?
Oh, reference points found on our website.
No, there would not be. But yeah, that brings back some memories. Downloading
Yeah.
songs, you had to be so careful.
Yeah.
Now I just use. If I kind of like a song, I'll just download it and listen to it and delete it a week later if I really
Why
don't
do you
like
have
it.
to down? Do you have to download it to listen to it?
Or just like say like it.
I don't
Save
know
it.
if you're familiar with this, but like Audio Adrenaline. I don't know if you know who that is.
No idea.
OG one. If people out there know, you know. It's early year banger. It was incredible. It's
By
still on the
who?
line that borderline Audio Adrenaline. Yeah, borderline contemporary.
I will never forget when I found Avicii.
Avicii.
Changed my music listening for the entire rest of my life. It just opened
Really?
the door. Yeah.
That
It
was the
opened door.
gateway.
Yeah, it was the gateway to pop culture, literally.
Okay.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, R.I.P. He's still alive, by the way.
Is he?
100%.
Conspiracy theory.
100% still
Oh,
alive.
Here's one for you.
Yo,
Do
hold up.
birds-
Can we save conspiracy theories for later in the podcast? Because
Or like another podcast.
there's some bangers we could get into.
The present rage right now is these birds. Like birds.
Birds?
Yes, from this. you
Birds
haven't
are
seen these?
robots?
No, birds are from. Well, they're robots from like the CIA.
All
Spying
birds.
on us. Yeah.
What the heck?
Well, not most birds. They
All
leave
birds except hawks and
hawks
ravens, I
and
heard.
Ravens and like falcons and some of those
Falcons,
things.
like
Fill
gray
me,
birds.
catch me up to date. I'm so confused.
Yeah, I've heard this one.
So is this a thing?
It's so capped
Yes.
because this week I have meleeed hundreds of starlings and there's none of them are wires.
Well, you don't know though. They're all biodegradable. As soon as you shoot them, the system shuts down.
You're
Selfie.
so capping so
Hey,
hard right now.
I'm just saying what I hear.
Anyway,
was a big
Avicii
protest.
is definitely still alive, 100%.
Interesting. Where do you think he lives?
He's deep cover somewhere. He's probably like working as a barista in like Maine somewhere, just chilling.
No, dude, this dude's like in the like. You really think it's Maine?
Yeah, dude, he's gotta be low key.
Why does you were about to say Cayman Islands? I feel.
Cayman, that's way
No.
too up there. He's like, or he's like an insurance salesman. And
In the docks of
Kentucky.
Wisconsin. Oh,
So are you thinking like insurance fraud or like what's your reasoning behind?
no,
his death?
I just think that
he didn't need money.
no,
That
he
is
didn't
true.
need money. I think I actually watched the whole thing on it.
That'll do it.
The way he like supposedly died, like because he committed suicide,
Yeah.
and like the way he did about it, there was something had to do with a sign in the room, like what happened. It has to do with a huge Illuminati symbol, and people saw that, and it was actually public. Some of the photos and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, Illuminati." So at least when I heard sorry, I apologize. I keep moving the mic, and every time I do, producer winces. It's kind of fun. Illuminati faked his death, and now are hiding him because he either got on their bad side or they wanted to reintegrate him. Or the Illuminati, the biggest one I ever heard, the Illuminati put him in place to like be the most successful DJ ever in the world. And then he started going against what they were telling him to do.
Okay.
Interesting.
And because he was supposedly getting ready to release an album,
Okay.
and it never did. And
Okay.
and it rumored to disappear.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
Sounds
I'm
like he was
saying.
just cellmates with Aaron Hernandez, but what do I know?
Jordan. Too early, too much too soon, honestly.
Yeah, we're back in regular season 4.
No, that's crazy, actually. So to believe that right away, you have to believe that there's a current Illuminati because everyone, and if you don't know this, do your history, do your research. There was actually a group called the Illuminati. Like that's a recorded thing in history.
100%, yeah.
That it's not even a hidden thing. The conspiracies with the Illuminati come in when people think that there's still an active thing today. That's the conspiracies with them, and that's where things get a little fishy, things get a little whatever. So if that's something you want to believe in, I'd need to do some research into that. But it doesn't sound too far-fetched, honestly.
I know some people that are like, they think everything. They think that rain and stuff, like government, like dumps water and like try to make it rain and stuff. Like I believe people like the bird thing, that people believe that kind of stuff. I believe that the government controls the narrative and they can like make you believe and literally hide stuff through social media and whatever. I don't necessarily believe that there's one social group or one group of people that controls everything. Mm-hmm. I do think there is some deep state type people, groups, call it Illuminati, call it whatever you want, that are very dark, very powerful, and they can move elections and make stuff happen in a very freaky way. Because I've heard stuff and stories that, like, even if you don't believe it anyway, it makes you wonder. So I don't believe that, like, I believe God is the highest power out there, that he has the final say no matter what. Amen. But I also think that there's people out there that were just born to do evil and that they just go throughout the earth looking what they can seek and devour.
Yeah. Lots of money under the debt. Yeah.
It's all money and power.
You could go into that for a long time, but that's not what we're here to do. After all, this is a comedy podcast.
What
But
were we
there are a
talking
lot
about?
of funny things about the Illuminati.
Is there?
Like that triangle, the eye. Like, what's up with that?
Yeah, it's on our money.
It is on
Just
our
saying
money.
that, in
That
case
is
nobody
true.
knew, the eye is the sign of the Illuminati.
Yeah. Well, and the triangle.
Rumor
thing.
has it.
Yeah. I mean, who knows?
Have you ever watched National Treasure?
I did. At your house, actually. Is the
Really?
only time I watched it. I watched it with your brother.
Wow.
Yes.
Did not know that. But they go deep in the Illuminati, too.
Yeah.
So if no one's here next week for a podcast, it's not because
We just got canceled.
right.
Hey, you know what?
We're starting to uncover stuff. They saw us as a risk factor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
fine
doubt
by
it.
me.
But follow us on Patreon. Patreon, take care of the family.
Man, I feel like getting this thing back on track. We have a lot that we didn't talk about that happened from our previous recording until right now. It was a whole summer, part of a fall even thrown in there, even a little bit of spring in the beginning. Yep. So I think we just start off with Randall. Let's go in a circle here a little bit. Let's catch the fans up with our personal lives. We all have had exciting things, interesting, hard times, whatever maybe happened. But let's get a quick rundown of everything that went down, some exciting and some highlights.
Yeah. Obviously, the main thing that happened for me is I got married. And that was...
whoa. Hey, yeah.
How's it going?
Join me, Jordan. Come on. Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
We never thought this podcast would continue after a marriage, but here we freaking are.
And
We are breaking boundaries.
Major
We are.
boundary. That sounds mad.
That
What time do you
sounds
have to be
bad.
home tonight?
I got to leave in 7 minutes, else I don't get supper. For a week.
I don't get to, I don't get to sleep inside.
Yeah. No, but thankfully, I have a very comfy shop very close by. Hey, you know?
You did build the
I
shop
thought-
before you found the wife.
I did,
I
yes.
thought that pool table looked a little indented last time I saw
Hey,
it.
you know what?
That wasn't from anything bad.
That wasn't me sleeping.
That was
on it.
strictly sleeping, right? Randall?
Strictly.
Strictly sleeping,
Yeah.
right?
Strictly
Look
sleeping.
me in the eyes and tell me you were only sleeping on
Strictly
that.
sleeping.
Okay.
Rumor has it.
But the couch right beside.
Rumor has
Very
it. there was
comfy
new,
couch,
There was new
yeah.
slate put on there just last week.
They did get it reslated, yeah, and refelted.
Wow, a full refelting and slatation.
But I did get
Couldn't
married.
just watch the old felt.
That was irreplaceable.
Oh, okay.
It could not be saved. I did get
was
married.
rubbed
It
through.
is. Yeah, it did have holes in it actually.
Gosh, can we not continue with that?
Pool tables get a lot of wear. Those balls roll across. They hit a pocket or bounce just hit the corner and then they bounce off.
Yeah,
I got you.
if it's just right, you get two at once.
No doubt.
But
Whoa. What?
I don't think the goal of
pole.
I was gonna say bowling, but pool. Man, you just want to make good contact with one, right?
You want a consistent contact, yes.
Yeah. When I played though, I tried to hop a ball. That didn't work.
Did
out
you
well.
try to skip it?
almost ended up completely off the table.
And at least
not safe.
where we played, if it goes off the table, then it's gone forever. It just rolls for another 200-300 feet.
You need to buy another ball.
Yeah, you're done. You're done until tomorrow.
Sorry, go on with it. You got married. That's awesome, dude.
I got married. It's going well. Last I checked, she still puts up with me. She loves me. So that's a plus.
Good stuff right there.
That's a big W. Actually, honestly, when we quit last year, we knew, you guys all knew I was engaged.
Yeah.
Wasn't I? Yes.
Yep.
You all knew I was engaged. And to be honest with you, it was a question mark whether I would continue to do this.
Yeah.
I think for all three of us, we kind of walked away from last year, just being open and honest with you guys, we kind of walked away from last year kind of up in the air. We knew we had to make a change, but we just didn't know if we wanted to, because I guess the way we walk back to it this year is we're all in. Like, we're going for it. We want to make this. We love doing it. We want to continue to do it, and we're going to do it. We're going to do it right. And we're going to make it for us to enjoy and for you to enjoy. Anyway, and
I'm
so
just here because my contract says.
Yeah, he's here.
We'll lock him up for another however long after this one expires. Don't worry, guys.
But my wife Bree, she loves the podcast. She wants me to do it. She supports me in it, and. Also, I know you'll get into it, Chris, but your girlfriend, you have a girlfriend now.
I do have a girlfriend.
She supports you in it, and she loves it. And Jordan's girlfriend.
Remember those jokes we would make about us all being single? how the
times
turntables
have pivoted.
Good grief.
Right? I think George's girlfriend supports you in it. I don't know.
Yeah, she does.
It pays the bills. Your contract pays the bills, so she's okay with it.
Well, might need to venture into some other avenues of finance.
Probably. Rabbit Trails After Dark to pay those bills.
We actually had to do financing just for his contract.
What? What?
Nothing. I thought we were going somewhere else.
No, I was
we
just
were
talking
out.
about the financing we had to do for your contract.
/ Rabbit Trails After Dark.
So yeah, got married. Everything's going good. I'm so happy to be back. As far as getting married, honestly, just settling into marriage life, I feel like getting married is a pretty big deal. Pretty big thing.
It is a big deal.
I think that was the big thing throughout the year, and I'm back and ready to go.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What's like a big, like, good and bad thing that you've taken away so far? Like, what's just something that's just like...
And his third time the charm.
Jeez.
Oh, my goodness. No.
If you ask my wife, it's like 8th or 9th, but... What?
Wait, what?
What?
She's been married 8 or 9 times.
Oh, married. I thought you were talking about proposing.
Game's a pool.
What? Yeah. Give me like...
Ask the question again. What was it?
Pretty much like a good highlight and a good low light.
Of marriage?
It can be a funny thing. It can be maybe if
relationships?
you want to bring up a real thing and you
How
spew some
often
relationship advice.
do you fight?
Do we fight? We've never had a fight. Like okay.
Fists.
Oh,
blood.
no. We've never had a physical altercation.
Okay, that was-
like,
So, hey,
really
Randall, why
violent.
did you wink at me just then?
Because we've never fought. We've never had a physical altercation that
Okay. Let's
out
keep
of
it that
anger.
way.
We have our spats, but like lovers
Naturally.
quarrel, whatever you want to call them. But no, everything's fine. Everything's great. We get along very well. Hence the reason we got married. So
Good.
Well,
Good
that's
for
good.
you.
That's
Yeah.
good.
So you're going to give like a high and low light or you just staying away from it?
That was the low. Now what's the high?
That was the low?
highlight is living with somebody that loves you and you love them and getting to spend all the time you can, like wanting to spend so much time with them and then getting married and be able to spend all the time you want with them
Okay.
and be able to have your best friend around every day is amazing. Low light, you get to learn everything. Like
Yeah.
when you're dating, you're like, oh, I know this person. I know the ins and outs. I know what their annoyances are. I know what their pet peeves are. No, you know what they want you to know.
The rest comes
then,
later.
And then when you get married, then it all comes out, buddy. And then you're stuck with it, and you're like, oh, jeez.
Much like the Illuminati.
Once the 30-day warranty is up, it's all over. But
Randall, you son of a gun.
That's your fault. You always need to buy the 90-day extension.
I know I cheaped out. I'm so sorry. I am kidding.
It ain't
It's not that
broke,
bad, but no. There isn't really a low light. It's just getting to know each other and like learning to live together. But that's with any marriage. I promise
Yeah.
you talk to any married person, they're going to say the exact same thing. But it is like I told somebody earlier tonight. It is way better, but also way more challenging than you ever can imagine. Like, it has its own set of challenges that you never thought through, just learning to live with somebody.
Sure.
But also, it is way better and way worth everything you go through. It's amazing.
That's awesome.
So, Chris, tell me about your summer and what you went through. You are dating now. Congratulations. We're going to give it up for the dating boy.
Thank you. Thank you.
He looked over here waiting for my approval.
You were not clapping your hands, and so I'm going to look at you till you clap your hands.
Clap your hands, Jordan.
Yeah. I'm going to start a little bit more from the beginning of my summer, but in a quick summary
here we go,
standpoint.
guys. I just want to let
This
you
is
know
not-
in 3 hours when we are done hearing about Chris's summer.
Guys, come on. So anyways, the day after we stopped
We're
recording.
both on our phones.
Unbelievable. No, the biggest thing is when we were actually last recording, I was in a boot. I cannot believe that.
That's right.
It's crazy to think about, but I still was in a boot. I, partially tore my Achilles. I was in a walking boot. I had pain all the time and it hurt. And here I am. It's roughly, so it's almost 9 months from my injury. It's crazy to think about, but this happened all the way back in February. Wait, that's right. 9 months?
Yeah.
Yeah, 9 months. It's crazy to think about, but we're almost there. And since our last recording, it's been close to 5 or 6, somewhere in that range. But I can say I am very, very close to making my return on the court, which is crazy because if you think it was long off season, think about me not being able to play a sport I love dearly.
That's
for that
sad.
entire time, which sucks. But I'm going through some different stuff right now as far as like rehab and some of that goes to get it all strengthened up. So slowly but surely, and I will say for anyone who actually uses their like legs a lot, thankfully my job doesn't require that much, but like enjoys playing sports.
Yeah.
Tearing your Achilles is one of the worst possible freaking things you can ever go through if that's what you love. It
you didn't
sucks.
even tear yours.
I didn't even completely tear yours like you did.
Yeah.
So it's horrible. It's so frustrating, but I'm here to say we're 9 months removed and I'm getting there. So
You're on the other side of it.
exactly. So I can start looking forward to things again. I'm hoping by the end of the month to play my first pickup basketball game at least.
That's awesome.
That would be lit. So that's the goal as of now. So that's an update on the injury. That's where we're at with that. Later in the summer is when I started dating. It's been 4 months now, which is crazy.
Wow,
to think
hasn't
about.
been that long.
It was shortly after the podcast ended.
Wow.
That I went and had a girlfriend.
Sound like I went and had a girlfriend.
That sounded like I had a kid. No, I got a girlfriend.
Went and had a girlfriend, did you?
Yeah.
Sounds like something else.
You pick these up.
No, it's exciting though.
Yeah,
it happened.
good for you.
Yep. And I don't know why I said that so weirdly, but throughout the summer, different things happened. A lot of working went on. And big thing is we took a big trip here recently.
I was just going to say, you took a massive European trip? Is that what it
European trip.
European trip.
UK trip, yep.
UK trip.
Yes.
Real quick, Chris, what was a highlight and a low light from that trip?
I like returning the question there. So highlight was definitely just the cultural accents that you heard.
Really?
Because just
a lot of this.
to lay Randall, don't
Okay.
don't butcher, man.
Shut your mouth.
Actually, I kind of want you to do it again. It's kind of nice.
What the bloody?
Okay. So
You want a scone and a bit of pudding?
I will say,
pudding, bro. You said that like Johnny English, bro. If Johnny English said the word pudding ever, that's exactly what it would sound like. You dog.
I gotta say though, along that very line, they cuss, especially
they?
in England.
You know, he heard it more than
Potty
I did.
mouth.
I heard in Ireland a lot.
well,
So
he would be hanging out in the parts of town that
before,
would swear more.
Hey, you gotta-
before like Gordon Ramsay's restaurant, lots of
Experience the
cursing in there.
no, that's not. Yeah,
So to lay it out before we start getting into the nitty gritty, we
don't ever say that.
myself, my two brothers, including the producer right here, and two of my cousins. You okay, Randall?
Nope.
Have you ever drank water before?
Have never.
That's not water.
I'm fine.
You just almost had. I almost had to perform my first Heimlich near this desk.
I can do it again.
Oh gosh. So to lay the scene, so it's 5 of us going over there. We flew from different airports, but we ended up starting in London. That's where we flew in. Took the 9 a.m. straight flight from Pitt to London. It was really cool. Straight flight added from Pittsburgh, game changer. Because you get to the airport, you're there, you got one flight, and you're in London.
Direct flights are just the way.
It's
They're
the way
so
to
nice.
go. So we spent several days in London. We made a few day trips out and about. Myself and some of my one brother went to Cambridge. A few of our cousins went to Cambridge. Just
Isn't that in PA?
No, Boston. This is like a half hour north of London. Okay.
Oh, okay. So just
college town,
just a bit farther.
Yeah. So
okay, got you, yeah.
Then eventually, a few days later, we went up to Wales, spent a night there, took the ferry. Whole other story
like
within
the
that.
Fish?
Say what?
Whale?
Yeah, we went so it's a thing. It's like based off of the Bible. So to get from Wales to Ireland,
You ride Noah?
Jump in.
you hop in a big freaking shark,
Really?
spit you out right into Dublin.
Spelled like. Spelled bad.
Smelled like caviar.
Ooh. That's nasty.
So spent a few days in Wales, or spent one night in Wales. Took the ferry across to Dublin.
Spend one night in a whale?
Brother,
Spend one night in a whale? Sounds like somebody else did that once upon a time.
you only
Jonah.
You only misuse words when you actually mean to say it.
I know.
So you spent a night in what?
I don't want to talk about it. I was saying
Okay.
Jonah also spent a night in a whale.
And he was a what?
A male.
So
Continue on. I don't want to talk about
The only
it.
time it was biblical.
we took. Wait, good night.
What was the gender of the fish? Loophole! I found a loophole.
Randall, you dirty dog.
But just the one.
I'm just... All right, okay, I'm sorry. That was totally inappropriate. But, oh man.
My. So continuing on.
Oh, I'm crying.
Took the ferry the next day across into Dublin.
Which was a very, very nice ferry, by the way.
We'll get into that later. That's a whole story in and of itself. But spent a few more nights there. Made a few day trips. Went to the the Amalfi Cliffs. What is it called? Not Amalfi. That's in the Amalfi Coast. That's in Italy.
The Cliffs of Moher.
The Cliffs of Moher. It's kind of like Malfi. But anyways, the Cliffs of Moher.
Did rent a vehicle.
All right.
And,
Did rent a vehicle. We got so many stories to tell from that, but that's kind of summarizing our trip. And we spent some time, and we made it,
And millions.
and we made a day trip there, which was really cool. One of my favorite memories from it. And
Also drove to Northern Ireland.
yeah, that's
Another
what,
country.
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Ireland.
yep. That we went there. So we went. Ultimately, 4 countries was where
That's
we made it
cool.
to. So to get back to the high and low, I wanted to summarize the trip so people kind of get a lay of the land.
Yeah.
The high was definitely the cultural accents of it.
Yeah.
And it was summed up by our cab driver from Dublin after we put in our rental car. So we're done with that for
Yeah.
So we woke up the next day. We needed just one ride from our Airbnb to the airport.
Mm-hmm.
And we get in our cab, and this dude, I'm like, look. Are you good, boss?
Probably drunk.
It was in the morning, though.
Yeah. Go on.
I mean, this guy was very,
Just know their pastime is drinking.
like a very high society guy
No,
as
that's
far
their
as like,
sport. That's their sport.
he's the kind of guy, like, if you were standing in a room and he came up to say hi, he'd probably get, like, really close to you. Like, like really
one
close.
of those guys.
Kind of, like, he's just, like, not in your
Like, most
face,
people
but,
are
like,
this, but he's just like right here.
yeah. It's like, I'm back here, but he's all up in it. So
Yeah.
that's the kind of guy he was, so you get a feel for it.
Jonah.
And so that's the kind of guy he was. And I'm not going to repeat what he said, but let's just say the way they swear over there, especially in Ireland, is it's hard to take seriously because it's so funny.
so that's
Imagine
what's
just imagine the F word spelled out like FOOOOOKIN. That's exactly how they say it out.
Okay.
And it's so funny. And this dude, he was getting all angry
Why
at
is
bus
that?
drivers.
Why is that? Because like you feel so bad, but I've heard people swear and like get mad and like start swearing, and like I should be appalled, and like at the same time I'm like I don't want you to be swearing in my presence, but at the same time you are dying. Like it is so funny,
Dude, it's
Why
hilarious.
is that?
I was in the back seat of this on the way to the airport, and I was
And you're just
losing
done.
it. I was having such a great time. This guy was crazy driving over there too. Crazy, but
Oh, I imagine.
I will say, go on.
Can you explain that part where we pulled out of the parking lot for the very first time on the way back? We smoked that curve.
Oh my goodness.
So get this. Okay, so
Absolutely obliterated the curb.
So it's so weird. The guy's sitting on the right hand side. We're sitting on the left. And this was even after driving over 13 hours in a rental vehicle around the country and whatnot. So with that, we pulled out of our Airbnb parking lot. We were going to the airport.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this guy absolutely, I saw it coming. I was like, oh no, we're going to hit this curb. And this curb is like 14 inches high. I mean,
Oh, so
just
it's like a gutter.
massive. I don't know how it didn't scrape the side of the car.
Oh my.
I leaned over and I told Chris, we're going to smoke this curb. Just like that. Smoked the curb. My head hit
Just
the
body
ceiling.
the curb.
Was that the Asian gentleman? Like right? Like
no.
off
Oh,
the-
hey,
That
there's
was
no
the
need for
very
that.
much Ireland guy.
All right.
Are you serious?
Irish guy, yes.
Oh yeah, you're right. Because we just got started, and then he yeeted it.
And he just, at the same time, he just makes like he just makes this growling sound. I'm like, what? We just smoked a curb. Are we going to go inspect the damage? But no, and then he starts cussing a little bit. And
He grumbled to himself like, he's like he did that kind of thing. It was funny.
Another rim gone.
not enough whiskey.
$400.
All right. Anyway, you were saying that was a low light.
Wow, that hurts your throat. Excuse me.
Jonah?
Hey. Oh my
I'm
goodness,
sure
my
it did.
eyes
You're
are
like
watering.
standing on the whale's tongue, you know?
I made such a guttural noise. My eyes are watering. So
Wow.
How's it going?
we did a lot of touristy. We were terrible tourists at that. So we would make good tourists put to shame. We had a great time, but this is the kind of tourists we were. So we get to our Airbnb in London, and the first thing we do is stop at a fish and chip store.
Oh,
And
the
another
pubs. The pubs.
Yeah, a lot of great memories.
Absolutely
within that. We get to our Airbnb, settle in a little bit, change, hit the city. Okay, we're about 25-minute train ride from the middle of the city.
Okay.
So it's just hopping on the tube,
Chip.
give it a quick hop, and then you're there. So we get to the city, and the tube itself is trying to gather my thoughts here for a sec. Yeah, so you get there, it's underground, so you have to
Okay,
walk, up out of the subway, as we would call
Platform.
it. Yeah, that.
Well, they just call it the underground.
So yeah, we walk out from underground, like steps, whatever, escalators. Then we get to the
Yeah.
top. Right there is Big Ben, like literally right there.
The big town.
Ben
Freaking Ben
Roethlisberger's just chilling there.
Roethlisberger is right there in front of us,
I
and
got
I'm
you.
like, oh my goodness, what are you doing in London?
What's up, bro? Did you dab him up?
Yeah, I'm like, can you please fix the Steelers this year?
Yeah.
So no,
Talk about the clock, you idiots.
we walk out and Big Ben, this freaking
Yeah.
big clock. First thing I thought was like, I don't think that's Big Ben because it's not that big actually.
Really?
Yeah. So, and none of us like we were all like, is that Big Ben or is that just like another clock that's like kind of big?
It had no enhancement.
Oh,
So
wow.
one of us, was it you, Jordan? One of us went on a phone and was like confirmed that it's Big Ben.
I did. I
Because
went on my phone.
isn't there another clock in London?
So there's another similar tower,
Yeah.
like close to it, but I don't think it has a clock. But
Okay,
it's very
okay.
similar style.
100% honest. Like later after the fact, they all look the same.
Well, it's like it's that old architecture, old stone architecture, and it's really cool. But it does
For the
kind of
first
all
5 seconds.
theme together.
Does
a
London
little
have
bit.
that weird tower leading thing?
Tower of Pisa.
Leaning Tower
Yeah.
Pisa?
I think that's
That's
another
probably
country.
Oh.
in Pisa, bro.
Oh, that's right. My bad.
But no, are you going to finish that story?
Yeah. So we get up there. Anyways, he used to look it up. So we're already terrible tourists at this point. My brother actually had a funny encounter with this. So he gets out there, and I hope
Right-
I'm not butchering the story.
right after we get out the underground.
Yeah, like we're standing, and cars are flying by. Like it's so busy, hustle and bustle, lots of people.
Scene out of a movie. All the black cabs.
Oh, wow.
The
classic
red
Rolls Royce.
the red
double-decker
buses,
bus.
the red
Yeah.
double decker buses. Yeah,
There was a
So,
telephone like booth. One of the
Really?
ones.
The red
Didn't
box?
see it. Excuse me. Didn't see as many of those as I thought I would.
Really?
But they're still scattered here and about.
All right.
We get there. Brandon, my brother, walks. He's like, we're on the side of the street. We're like walking up the sidewalk, and we're kind of like looking up at this, Big Ben, because it's right there. It's on the other side of the street, straight
Yeah.
up. So it's there. And this guy pulls up to him, and he's like, "Hey, can you tell the time, mate?" And so he's like, "What?" He drives up. He puts his window down. He's like, "Can you tell the time?" And so Brandon's like, finally understands him, and he's like, "Yeah." So he starts pulling on his phone. He's like, "No." And then he like points up to like look at the freaking big
you
freaking
serious?
clock right in front of him.
I have
and
no
then,
clue how to tell clock.
And then Brandon like laughs or whatever, and like he finally got it. And then the guy, just like a scene from a movie, he's like, He's like, "Welcome to London," and then he just drives off.
Oh my goodness, that is so cool.
It's such a. I hope I didn't butcher that. I think that was
so
pretty much how it
cool.
happened.
It was literally like a scene out of a movie because we were up there maybe 30 seconds. We were just up there.
It was
They obviously could spotted foreigners
the tourists,
like that.
yeah.
so
sure.
well, yeah, but we're surrounded by thousands of others.
I'm sure you're one of a swarm of them.
But yeah, it was like a scene out of a movie. We walked up to the top, and it's all dark, down below. You can't see outside. Obviously, underground, there's no windows, there's nothing. So you get out, step up top, and just like that, the guy says, "Hey, what's the time?" And then,
Say that again, Jordan.
what's the time?
What is that?
I don't know.
So
No,
he did it.
I can do better. Can you tell the time, mate?
then
So he literally did it just to get a rise.
Yeah, he did. It was like-
he didn't want the
Yeah.
time.
No, he didn't freaking do it.
That's
He's-
awesome.
Yeah, it was sick.
Were the people like cordial? Were they fun? Were they friendly? Or
Very
were they
nice.
all
In
rude?
general, they were mostly nice.
pubs
Okay.
and stuff. Oh, they were amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unlike
Do they put it on because tourists is huge for them? Like
is,
they
it is.
make rake.
If they didn't have tourists, that city would be
and they're
dead.
and they're
I
ready to have them
imagine.
back because old Uncle COVID wiped them all out, and so
some
there-
moment of
he said
silence for
there's-
COVID.
It's busting again over there. Oh, sorry. What did you say, Randall?
Moment of silence for COVID.
Okay. All right, that's all it gets.
Yeah, that's all.
yeah, it's stupid. But
But continuing with the bad tourist side of things, one more story. And I'm gonna need help even naming this building. I always forget. It's not. I know it in my head. I can't think of the name. What's the name with like the red-haired Donnies out front? Not red hair. The red hat. Like the
Buckingham Palace.
The Buckingham Palace. That's the one. I'm so sorry if people from. We actually do have listeners in Europe. I am so sorry for really butchering.
Was the
this.
Queen around?
Fluffy Donnies.
Oh, Randall, that's freaking low, bro. Good.
Long live
night.
the Queen.
It probably went straight over her head though, because she was
I
like
don't know how-
4'2".
Dead, bro.
I don't know how she lived that long. Their guards out front, literally like little puffballs, like something you'd buy at a souvenir store.
Did
You
try to
couldn't
get-
see their eyeballs.
Did you try to
which
get
is
him to
crazy.
laugh?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Walk up and just pants him?
Yeah, they will shoot you.
Yeah. You can't actually get close. So to set the scene for that, if you haven't been to the Buckingham Palace, Randall, have you been to the Buckingham
I've been
Palace?
there a couple times, yeah.
It's in downtown West Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Just outside. Actually, if you go to our capital, it's just outside there.
Oh, gotcha.
Where the
Yeah,
Queenie
I've been there.
resides.
Except-
Rest in peace.
Thankfully, our capital has much more secure perimeters.
I don't know about that.
Okay, the actual gate itself is less cool, but the nuclear action.
Anyway,
So-
what are you saying? You guys are taking a lot of time with this London story.
yeah, sorry. There's so much.
I
This
know.
is gonna be a running theme for episodes. I mean, this is a great trip. So
Curling showed a video of a gentleman in a fantastic headdress. Are they hot? They've got to be hot. The headdresses.
yeah, I'm sure. So
Anyway, what were you saying about
to
the?
set up while we were walking to the Buckingham,
Buckingham
Palace,
Palace?
which by the way we didn't actually know we were going.
Can
to
you
the
go
Buckingham
in
Palace.
Buckingham Palace? They do tours, correct?
Only for guests, as far as like high-ranking guests,
Oh, yeah.
and I don't think they do it to the like general public, even if you pay a lot. I don't think so. I could be wrong though.
Does like
But-
the king and the queen? Do they live there? Or do they just? That's just Buckingham
No
Palace.
one
They have some
knows.
for.
No one
They have
knows.
some for multi-billion-dollar home out in the country.
I mean, that is like a multi.
I gotta say, and Queen, if you're listening to
Billion
this, you have the most
I'm
boring.
almost
Jordan.
positive she's not.
Yet she's dead.
We could have recorded this episode before she died.
No, but we're not.
clearly didn't.
We're clearly not.
Okay. Whatever.
Say kingy.
King.
Yeah, king.
Long live the king.
Wait, do they have to change their national anthem?
Yeah,
now?
they changed it, right? Yeah, they do because when football went over there, actual real football went to London. They changed it. Long live the king instead of long live the queen because that's their national anthem.
I'm
is
trying to
Long
think
Live
of how
the
it
Queen.
goes, but yeah, okay,
But like at the ending, it
Bunch
was
of-
long live the queen.
okay, yeah.
So
Long
I
live the
believe
king.
She did live a long life.
She ran her course very well.
Impressive for her.
the New York Football Giants were over there the week before we got
That would have been so cool.
Packers
You
and
guys,
Giants.
you guys went and saw a game there. That
No,
would've been
it really wouldn't
hilarious.
have
That's
been,
what
dude.
I
Think
thought.
about that.
But they were like, "Well, that'd be so boring." Why
No,
don't
that
you
would
go
be
watch-"
dead. Especially
Why?
the Packers and Giants. I do not care.
It was-
I would rather go over there and see like a Man City game or something, like where you actually see soccer,
What's Man City?
because that's a once in like Manchester City or like there
You
was a
you have any clue
It's
what
a
he's
very
saying?
good soccer team.
Oh, okay,
they're like one of the best in the world, bro.
I could care less about soccer.
as they say.
Okay, you know what? We don't need to get into the soccer football talk.
It is nice to know that we sent the Packers and Giants over, our brightest and best.
And yet the Giants still sent them home packing.
Yeah.
Thank you for laughing.
Anyway.
So we were terrible tourists. We walked up this long street. We got to the Buckingham Palace and just a repeat of the Big Ben, which I will say, my cousin, bless her heart, Janelle, she's very sweet, very more cultured than we are as far as like historical sort of thing. But
So
she was one of the first people to say, "Is that the Buckingham Palace?" we didn't know. And she was the one this time who whipped out the phone and was like, "Oh, that is the Buckingham Palace." And we're like, "Oh, we're there."
That story needs a little bit of editing. I actually pulled it up on my phone and said, "That is the Buckingham Palace," because I'm like, wait, I thought I saw
Whatever.
it on my phone. But yeah, she did make
Isn't
some
there like a
comments.
big library over there too?
It's so dumb. Like,
probably.
there's okay,
Isn't there a big tower?
Dude, there's towers.
No, like a big like
there's
steel.
old stuff just all over the place.
Oh no, that's
People, like the Queen.
France. That's France.
Okay.
How far is France away from London?
Not far.
Hour
It's really not that far.
and a half train.
Did you guys go
you
to
have
France?
to go across the water, but yeah. We did
Did
not.
you go-
I've been there
Oh,
before.
yeah,
It's
that's true.
literally hands down the
Well, you
worst
could go-
country I have ever been in. to
Really?
date. Yep.
We'll
It's
get into
like-
that in
it's
a
like-
second. We're
And I've been in
getting
some third
so
world
off
countries.
track.
It's like Canada, but worse.
Well, Canada, I can't give them any credit, so just go.
Before I get back to my story, 10-second rant on Trudeau. Go.
Canada, I can't rant too much because they actually just for the first time in 3 years opened up the borders to anyone who wants to go in. So let's give it up for Canada.
Finally put your pants on the bottom side of your body. Let's go.
Congratulations on being somewhat human yet.
Good
Okay.
luck on the next World War.
We will rip through your Canadian Maltese like hot
We're
knife through
not
butter.
fighting against Canada.
Kind of hard
ever.
to fight. Yeah, it's really hard to fight with a hockey stick. When
You can
someone has a
literally
gun.
take 30 to 40 rednecks from Ohio, and we could storm the gates of Ontario and just absolutely take
Bro,
over the
no.
capital by lunchtime and have a quick snack, go watch a Maple Leafs game, and be back in town in time to do chores and completely take over Canada.
and stop and pick up some maple syrup on the way home.
No, we have way better maple syrup than they do.
Oh my god, bro! You take some of the boys that like you get some redneck. You got Whistling Diesel up there.
Bro,
He'd shred it.
dude, we have some rednecks. Dude.
Oh my word, that's hilarious. So
Yeah, ready for it, North Korea. We're going to start launching rednecks at you.
so
Anyway, I feel like that took a turn towards Canada. I love you, Canada, but it's just like,
No, they
but
don't
let's just say
want-
if
they
you ever
don't
take a
deserve
turn
time.
towards Canada, turn the opposite direction.
hey, well, I want to I'm voicing this. I'm acknowledging this. I'm putting this out to the universe. I want to have a Canadian, like a true Canadian, on the podcast this year.
I'm into that.
I'll prepare my notes.
Hit me, hit me up. Whoever, maybe some of my Canadian family want to come down here, and we will question you. And I just want you to know, fair warning. This is a warning to anybody that dares to step foot on this podcast. We are not going to take it easy.
It's going to be more of like a political debate.
It's going to be a political debate. We are going to unload and unleash.
But-
I will kind of play because I do have some blood ties to Canada, so I'll kind of play the mediator. But these two young bucks,
No, it's mainly Jordan. I'll chip in with some shots here and there.
but like I'll kind of stand up for
But what
motherland.
if we get a true blood Canadian on who like agrees with us?
They probably will because a true blood Canadian, like
All I know is they better know their healthcare laws before they come on the show.
what healthcare.
Well, it's supposedly free.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. You also die in the waiting room.
right, exactly.
Anyway,
so-
how did we go to Canada?
If you don't have guns, there's no one. I mean, why would you need healthcare?
Oh, they have guns. There's little water pistols.
Hence the emoji.
Yeah.
So we ended up right there outside the Buckingham Palace. We took some pictures, did some things. I saw an old lady. I'm so sorry. Bless this lady's heart. She ate it. She absolutely
I
ate
felt
it.
so bad for
She
her.
Like
fell
curbed it?
down. Oh, dude, no. So there was like a slight curb, a little. I don't know how to explain it. Like a median, like fence type thing. She was walking between like an opening, and I want to say she's maybe like 70, maybe 60, 70 at least. So
But she just ate dirt.
she
Ate
fell.
pavement.
She actually like she did the truest definition of falling on her face.
Oh, no.
Like she
She
fell
couldn't get.
forward.
She was holding some bags too. I believe.
Oh, did you guys help her up?
well, there
please
was
tell
other
me.
there was other
No.
people right there.
Okay.
So
I did not help her up because she was literally. She did not want to be moved for a little bit.
She didn't get up for quite a while.
Poor lady.
She ate it on the knees.
I don't want to say I laughed,
No, I heard it.
but it was the.
But you laughed.
I don't want to like. It sounds rude, but But like
But
when
you
you see
laugh.
something like that out of the corner of your eye, first of all, her backstory told me I have no clue how old she is. She could have been like 20 years old tripping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, that's kind of funny right away. When she stayed down for the immense amount of time she did,
Then you're like, oh,
I was like,
probably shouldn't have laughed.
yeah, I feel a little bit bad for laughing. But so I saw that right outside the Buckingham Palace, right by that big freaking well there that was drained for some stupid reason. But other than that, we took a few videos of the guard, cool hat people out front. You can't
Yeah.
see their eyeballs. I will say they make very weird movements. Their feet are very odd, like the
They do the
weird
clicking?
marching things that they do. Really off-putting. Cool for the culture aspect of it. It's a little weird though. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like, why are you taking all those extra steps? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
Trying to flex on us.
He's wearing a Fitbit.
well, the thing is, their feet are, bro. No.
He's trying to get his. He's trying to get his steps up.
What else could it be?
It's like, I got to clock 13 miles by lunchtime. Clickety clack.
The thing is that
He is giving her. Look
oh
at
yeah,
that.
yeah. You can see a video there.
See, like, have you ever
So
watched?
pointless.
Have you ever watched the Changing of the Guard?
We did.
No, we did not.
No, not
we
like
did
in
not.
America. The Changing of the Guard in what's that grave? The Tomb of the Unknown Soldier.
I'd probably just snipe him and put new ones in.
Whoa. But like the U.S. soldiers, they are like every step is just like rhythmic and
Yeah.
just perfect.
Yep.
And like that is trash compared to what U.S. does. He literally just like kind of waddled around.
No, the thing is,
Picture this.
his feet are literally like ducks. Like they
Yeah.
separate in a strong angle, and it's really weird.
Just put the two soldiers side by side. Which one would you rather have with you in the woods trying to find some deer?
A Navy SEAL or one of those guys in a big red hat.
14 counties over, maybe down in Florida, they would hear the. I mean,
The clickety clack.
exactly.
Oh my. Good for him.
So it was really cool, and I was like, wow, okay, nothing to be scared of here. I'm joking. I'm joking. So
There was literally nothing to be scared of. We could have walked right in.
no, we couldn't have.
What was stopping them?
You could have got shot.
There was a feather probably hanging.
You're
down
the
over
one who
side.
told me someone tried to enter and got shot very quickly.
He got lucky.
Okay.
He got lucky.
No, there were actually at the top, the very top, there's windows, like every 7th or 8th window opened all along the top, like cracked. So it's like, if I'd have to guess, like he's Jordan said at first, it's probably snipers.
Ah,
And I'm like, it would not surprise me. Like this is like a very, high fame.
Buckingham Palace.
It's
Yeah,
basically
it's
party
freaking-
up front, business in the back.
So that's kind of what the vibe is. So
All right.
it was cool to see that. Saw a lot of different things. Really great. Had some good, some bad food. It's definitely not what we went over there for.
Lots of beverages.
Lots of this and that. So
Strawberry lemonade.
it's a great time. Whole lot of strawberry lemonade. Lots of interesting. It was the last pub we ate at. It was built in 1189. So wrap your head around that for a sec.
11.89.
1189, like
Oh,
1189.
Wow.
I don't even have words for it. It's crazy. Like that's almost 1,000 years ago. Like it's not that far off from 1,000 years ago.
That's actually crazy.
That was an epic night too. Had a few brewskis and then had a foot chase through the.
Can I tell the story? I've been
That's
talking
probably a
too
story
much.
for another time.
We'll save it.
Can I just real quick because it's not a great.
It's literally no.
It's an amazing
leave
story.
it, but let's just say we were chasing. There was chasing people, pouring rain, lightning, thunder through downtown Dublin, Ireland.
Wow.
It was pretty lit.
To summarize it in like 10 sentences,
Yeah.
just imagine running through an unknown city at night while it's raining, back streets, everything, just to book it to where you're staying. It's crazy. Like downpour too.
Wow.
I have a video I can show you. Have I showed you it?
We
Yeah,
forgot
yeah.
to pay the cartels.
Okay. Well,
Safe passage.
so that was at least a quick summary. We don't need to get into the
Yeah.
rest of it now. It's just some few stories from our trip. That was really fun.
Just
a lot
heads
of
up,
great times.
you will be hearing a lot more about their London trip, I have a feeling. In the upcoming
So
podcast.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I will say
I will give both of you $100 if you never bring it up again on the podcast.
That's fine.
I'd take that.
Ouch.
What? What trip?
What trip?
I didn't even know we went anywhere.
We left?
So to preface, actually, I do have another trip upcoming within a year from now, and it's
Wow.
not like exactly a year; it could be whenever. But yeah, and I will reveal the location,
good.
the destination of that sometime soon. I'll give you a hint. It rhymes with Hingapore.
So dead.
No,
Singapore?
don't say it if you know. Ah,
man.
yeah.
Did I get it?
It's really all but confirmed. It's kind of a
Let's
like
go.
where I choose kind of thing.
Oh, I got you.
So Singapore's really, really narrowed down. So
Do what
far,
I do,
so.
not what I say, type of thing.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, okay.
Wait, no. Do what I do and do what I say. It's a twofer.
I got you. All right.
So that's our little travel update there. For
Yeah.
you.
But other than that, your summer was chill?
Yeah, it was pretty chill. I feel like there's a lot of mixed in memories throughout the whole thing, but there's so many stories that will be unveiled in the times upcoming. We're just kind of taking this time to catch up, and that kind of brings us to where we're at now because we came home just under 2 weeks ago. So
yeah, you guys just got back.
we got back not too long ago, so that was a good way to cap off our break, which is kind of what revolved around us starting the beginning of November.
That's also why we push it. We actually talked seriously about trying to push it up and try to put a couple out before you left, but we were especially you and I was very much the favor. Like, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's just do it right. Let's wait. Yep. Let's get back. Let's get settled and just consistently upload.
Yeah, definitely. So that's kind of how that all worked, and it's one of those things where when we start, we want to go.
Yeah.
That's where
and
we're
now
at.
we go.
We don't want to be skipping all that.
What?
So that's where we're at for now.
Yeah. So, producer,
How's it going?
how was your summer?
I don't know where to start.
That bad, huh?
It was interesting. I will say, kind of like Chris said, I fully tore my Achilles almost
that's right.
like from the time of release. It would be almost 2 weeks from that point.
A year ago.
And a year ago, yes. And boy, that was literally some of the darkest times of my life.
I believe it.
It was really rough. I was in a cast for over 3.5 months.
Multiple surgeries, correct?
Just the one.
Just one?
Just the one.
But it took a long freaking time to get there.
A lot of rehab.
Yeah, I took him to the hospital. There's stories that on the
trust
podcast.
me, we went through all that. We don't
terrifying.
have to go through it
Yeah.
That doctor, that's.
But you're out.
So yeah,
You're out the other side. You're doing good.
For the most part, I still feel it every single day.
Yeah,
Every single day.
And I think that's something you'll probably live with.
I can confirm I do too.
I will live with it. Yeah, that's probably what it's at. But I mean, shout out to my wonderful girlfriend. She took very good care of me.
I'm sure she did.
Shout out to her.
She's very good at that. So anyway, let me think. Probably another highlight, and this is kind of sounding like a broken record, but I shortly after the show ended last year. Let me think. Well, I guess it would have been this year, but shortly after the show ended on the very last season, I visited all 50 states, or completed my 50 states.
Yeah. Youngest human ever to do it.
Don't think that's true, but it's a good effort.
Not true.
The only
you hit that at
the only
what?
person I know that's done it. Every state.
Yeah, I had 4 more to go, and I can tell you honestly,
Including Alaska and Hawaii, correct?
I've been to I checked those off my list fairly early in my career.
That's right,
actually.
you did. Yeah.
But I'm here to say that the West is boring. Very boring.
For what I've
heard
experienced, I can confirm.
Yeah, it's like out there, like
I heard it
Kansas,
recently.
Colorado, Montana, Wyoming.
Montana. Oh my goodness, so
The
boring.
Dakotas, like we should
Yeah, tee off on Montana for a bit because that's one of the few I've been to, and I didn't hate it, but wow.
I have been to Montana. I've been hunting in Montana. Montana is pretty cool, but also, like, good grief, what do you guys do for fun out there?
You drive trucks and big belt buckles, and
Jeeps,
windows
four-wheelers,
down,
side by sides, and I married my cousin.
do some what? do some hunting on the side. It's winter about 8 months out of the year out here. So
About twice a year, we get really excited and frisky, and we head down to the Walmart.
we might pass by the casino on the way there.
Say what's up.
There's
and
literally
shop and-
casinos every 13
Yeah, because it's
feet.
legal out there.
It's the only thing they have to do for fun is waste their money. I have an amazing gambling story, by the way, on our trip, and I'll get into that later. Maybe next episode.
Anyway,
Like someone I just heard recently
Midwest sucks.
said Montana is just poverty with a view.
Oh,
that
wow.
is actually so clean.
It makes a lot of sense after being there.
Again, I know we have listeners from Montana.
And also the
And
reason
I don't
that's-
care, and I'm here to offend
The
each
reason-
and every one of you.
that's what he's here for.
I just want to clarify this going forward for the rest of this year and for the rest of podcasts.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. Us, being from the state of Ohio, we live in the worst state.
That is not true.
We live in, bottom tier. Ohio, like, that's disclaimer. Shut up.
Okay. I'm disclaiming your disclaimer.
We live in Ohio, so we own the right to make fun of every other state. That's what I'm saying.
Because we are far superior.
You know, Randall's views do not
Align
complete
with the
with-
company.
Actually, I right along with you guys. I think Ohio's a great country. Yeah.
Country.
We are our own country.
I heard a guy
We're
say
so that far superior.
I heard a guy say the other day, and my producer knows who it is. He's like, if we ever get into World War, he said, I want to take all the Ohio effers, all the Ohio folks, and put them on the front lines.
I'll just hang back.
And he's like, and then we'll discuss where we need to go from there. He's like, if things go south, he said, I want to surround myself with Ohio folks.
Oh my goodness gracious me.
He said, you meet an Ohio guy, and you automatically know this is just one tough son of a gun.
That is one rough SOB.
Unbelievable.
So, yeah.
They're just
You're
built
welcome.
Different.
They are built different.
Some islands are
They
crazy.
do not give a flying frick.
Just look at Jake and Logan, man. The Paul bros, good night.
Some of the people that come out of
Neil
Ohio.
Armstrong.
Yeah.
You know, Jake just had a fight here recently.
Yeah, I can't honestly stand the Paul brothers.
Logan coming around, Jake, scum.
Scum of the earth.
Dude's
yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable, but we don't need to
He's
talk
not
about that.
He's
altogether there, by
frontline
the way.
material.
I don't think he is
No,
either.
100% not.
He's frontline material. I can't confirm.
I'm not. They're freaky athletic.
Thing is,
They're crazy.
they're both insanely smart.
no,
'Cause
like
both those
Logan
guys are
was
going
a
to
state
retire.
wrestling champ.
Yeah.
Like those two guys, I would not be surprised if by the time each of them retire.
LeBron James from Ohio. I don't know if we want to claim that. You're right.
They're on the closer end.
Front line.
I'd say like it wouldn't surprise me if those two guys, when they retire, just because how smart they are, if they were on the closer end to having a net worth of $1 billion, then further away from it. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy to think about, but they are insane.
They reset they made social media what it is.
They
Like,
redid media.
yeah, they made it popular.
Yeah.
Like they started with Vine, OG, but then just every platform they have excelled, whether it be YouTube, TikTok, now anything, they have went to the top and just exceeded. But
Yeah, it's crazy. It all starts off with Vine.
except for freaking what do you call what are those stupid pictures that you can only buy on the metaverse? What are they called?
Bro, the metaverse is dead.
Yeah, no, it's actually
so
the
dead.
biggest
NFTs.
That is the biggest crock of horse. I thought of NFTs.
Fuck, of course. I love that.
I'm gonna rant here for a quick hot second.
We do have to wrap this up soon, Randall.
Yeah, I know.
So
Okay,
so you
well,
know.
give me a minute, okay, buddy.
Okay, I got you a minute. Yeah.
I thought when this coming out, I was like, okay, like I missed the whole, like Bitcoin thing. Okay,
Yeah.
so like this NFT, I'm gonna be on the cutting edge of it. And I looked into it. I'm gonna have people clap at me and say whatever, like they're really good. You just haven't studied enough. You need to whatever. Listen here.
Listen up, guys.
Listen here. There is no way I'm spending thousands of dollars buying a pixel or a picture that you can't even hang in your living room. Why would I buy a picture that some idiot took and put on the internet and then forever gone, and it is just in some hard drive in some single dude's basement for the rest of life, but it is mine because I bought it. And if things go south and we are all World War V or whatever it is, there's no way I can walk into a bank and throw that hard drive down the table. Like, I want to cash this in. They're all gonna look at me like, you idiot. There's no way that works.
I can't.
That is the worst form of currency we have ever thought of in our life. It is 100% a fluke and a hoax for the higher ups to make money. 100%.
See, I don't know anything about it.
I'm done.
I love the rants.
And I'm going to get shot full of holes, and everybody's going to be like, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about.
Is that the voice of public opinion?
That is the voice of idiots. I'm just here to say there is no way. Like, I have listened to it, like, you name it, but, like, it is fast. NFTs are fast being shot full of holes. It's a crock. It's a crock.
It's already not near as popular.
No, 100%. It is crashing, and I know people that are losing thousands, like personal people that are losing $1,000 and that type of stuff.
What's wild is the amount of people, like massive corporations and such, that have got into it. Like,
I know.
I don't even know if we can say because we'll probably get canceled. But the
We ain't gonna get canceled.
Professional National League of America,
Oh, yeah,
that has
for
one
sure.
of the greatest sports on earth. They really got into it.
Yeah,
they really
did.
did. But I have no idea. And some of their NFTs were just out of this world expensive.
Yeah, but we'll never invest in NFT.
You're just a straight,
I'm
you're just a
actually-
gold guy.
I'm 100%.
You don't wanna get
By
like
the
a-
way, did you see that there's supposedly this meteor in outer space that is
I did see
made
that.
of gold?
I did
Did
see
you
that.
see this?
How can we access this?
And
It's
so
a
there's a
race.
race.
It's a
It's a race now. There's supposedly a meteor that they have found that is 100% gold, and they said if you would take it and harvest the gold from it, it would make everybody in the world a billionaire.
But
Move over Elon Musk.
is that
Sit down,
is
son.
that actually true? Because wouldn't that just devalue gold like no tomorrow?
Well, that's just it.
Well,
Like
would
the guy
everyone-
said, he's like, if everyone's a billionaire, then nobody's a billionaire, right?
Well, yeah.
So like that just devalues.
Then everyone's
like,
just got a crap ton of gold.
exactly. Everybody's just filthy rich. So the bottom
No, they're
line
not
is
even
we
rich.
need to get a bunch of Ohio guys, build a spaceship, and get our butts to outer space and find this thing and set up a boundary, lock it down, like the government can't, and just
It's only going to take
ours.
like 2 or 3 of us.
Dude, about 4 guys, you're good.
I'm down.
I'm
Pack for some
bet.
gold. Why
There's
not?
enough of corn and whiskey sapped into these local boys that
Yeah.
that's all it's going to take.
Survive for months.
Oh my goodness. I'm down. I didn't know that. It's actually interesting. Full meteor
Yeah.
full of gold. That's really
Also,
cool.
this is hilarious. Real quick story while we're on like the whole like Bitcoin, whatever. There's
Okay.
a guy that back when Bitcoin was a like whatever thing, he bought I forget how many dollars worth of Bitcoin, whatever, but he had it like the codes or however it works was on his laptop, his hard drive.
Okay.
And somehow through the process of moving or he just forgot about it, he pitched his laptop.
No.
But now that Bitcoin is worth over $350 million. So somewhere there's a laptop in a landfill worth the Bitcoin on it that he harvested is worth $350 million.
Oh my goodness.
So rip it.
Sounds like we need to get
Dude, how could you live with
boys.
yourself?
He actually is currently he's digging up like he's trying to find it. Like he actually is digging up landfills trying to find it.
How?
That's a project, right?
I don't know, but like talk about a needle in a haystack.
Bro, the longer time
Sheesh.
goes on, the more impossible that becomes.
No, 100%.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, good luck out to whoever. Let's name him Timothy. Timothy,
Yeah.
I hope
Timothy,
you find what you're
good
looking
luck,
for.
man.
I'm really sorry about your luck there.
Still haven't found what I'm looking for.
That was beautiful.
That was just next level.
I don't think we can end the podcast any better
I
way
don't
than
think
on
we can.
some harmony.
Well, we got to leave it subpar because we nothing but up from here.
If you start hot, it's not setting yourself up for success.
So you start subpar.
At least subpar.
Really?
Sub to mid par.
Sub.
Oh, wait. Sub is below mid par. You know what? Either way, we're low par right now. But this was a banger. I enjoyed
Something
this a
I'll never
lot.
say about my golf game. Below par.
Hey, you know what? You can tune into next week's episode to get full details on an amazing disc golf story I have. And Randall
I
can
cannot
share.
stand disc golf.
Okay. And that's fine. Randall can share
Actually, I have nothing personally against it.
Randall can share his personal ventures into it and whatever.
I've
has
never
gone
played
on.
it. I'm just waiting on a friend to take me disc golfing.
I think we have a date in the making.
All right, hey,
Back off, Bree. Christopher
off.
has entered the chat.
Are we allowed to say your girlfriend's name?
What?
Are we allowed to say your girlfriend's
Yeah, I
name?
don't care.
All right, back off, Cammy.
Okay.
Randall has entered the chat. And when I enter a chat, there needs to be room, if you know what I'm saying.
Good. No. Okay. Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, you better be.
I got you, boss.
Self roast.
Yeah, it was.
It was a good one, though. It was very smooth.
I love a good self roast.
No, there's nothing like it.
So
So
like beef, but roast is fine too.
Yeah, roast any sort of potluck meal is good.
good spit.
No, I'm not okay with that.
Is that
Like
a swine?
pig. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love a good spit.
Yeah.
Bacon.
Jeez. All right. Well, if
that
you if you what the heck?
Ding ding. Round 2, Chris.
No, if you want to tune into next week, not even if you want to. Tune into next week, guys. It's going to be an awesome,
be epic.
awesome week. We got a lot of content coming up for you guys, and we're really excited to be back. Thank you so much again. I know we prefaced it by saying this, but thank you so much for the support we got. And like I said in the short intro, the numbers even in our offseason
See what you did there.
were something to behold.
Technically,
okay?
this whole show has been an intro.
It is really an intro, but Seriously, it's crazy to think that we haven't put out new content in months, and
That's
the
crazy.
numbers are still there.
Sorry about it, honestly.
Hey, we're here. That's what we're here for.
We know
So-
you've been missing you some Randall and Chris in your life.
Yeah.
And Deucer.
Yeah. So thank you to all the people that left us comments, text us, reach out to us, whatever way. Found a friend who knew
Honestly,
us, whatever it
thank you.
meant.
Yes.
I met people. I met a dude. Oh shoot! I forget his name. I met a homie at a wedding this year, and we were getting food, and this dude's like, he's like, Chris, right? I knew his brother. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forget your name, bro.
He'll take it
I don't
personally,
know.
I'm sure.
Let me know somehow. I don't really have any way to contact you, but he's like, you're Chris, right? He's like, dude, I love the podcast. He's like,
I
it's
love
sick.
that.
He's like, I love it. I'm a huge fan. I listen to whatever he said. I don't know. Either way, I know this dude knows who he is because very distinct gentleman, good looking brother, great dude. So shout out to you. It's people like you who make me motivated to get down here and keep podcasting and just keep doing this and having fun. So thanks for that. It's much appreciated. I know, Randall, you had a lot of people reach out to you and
I did.
all that. So.
I had a lot of people message me. I appreciate reaching out, saying you missed it. A lot of people in person tell me they love the podcast and when is it coming back. Sorry, again, it took so long. We pushed it back probably a month just because of the trip and just felt like when we started, we wanted to start right and continue to upload through the majority of it the best we can. But again, I'm so excited to be back. I cannot wait. And hopefully this season, this year, is the best ever, and we do nothing but get better. And don't worry, guys. I don't want you to get worried. Like, oh, they're gonna be all professional, or whatever. No, we are still a bunch of idiots in a basement. Don't ever get that wrong. We will always be stupid,
But with a nicer desk.
Oh, no, this is the nicest.
This
desk.
makes us professional.
This makes us professional. We think we're better than everybody else with this desk.
What?
But I'm just saying, don't ever get it wrong. We are a bunch of idiots in a basement, and my goal every time I sit down here is if one person laughs and their day is better for it, listening to this podcast, then we did what we set
That's
up
the
to
goal.
do. So
That's
that's
the
all
goal.
we want to do.
I love that. So for new content, guys, we got a lot coming your way. Let us know what you think of the new, just the new vibe.
The
of
logo,
the year. The logo. Let us know.
Feedback, guys. Give us feedback.
Give us feedback. Let us know what you thought of today's episode. Let us know what you want to see going forward. If there's any changes you want to be made, we just want to be made aware. You know, we're here to please the people.
We want to be woke,
but also have a lot of fun.
Why is Deucer dying?
trying.
We want to be woke.
We do want to be what? No,
We want to be hip.
super hip. We're gonna walk
Hell
down
hip.
here. We're gonna wear like dad pants, like up to our like thighs. Not thighs. That's a little high. I forgot what parts of the bodies are. Up to our like calves.
Belly buttons.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
you know, and then like low socks. That's the vibe. We'll be hipster down here one
What?
day.
All while standing
So-
on the very front line, getting ready
Yeah.
to fight everyone.
That's the vibe.
I will go. Send me.
Same here.
All right. Well, that does it for our season opener, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Any final comments, guys?
Don't look at me.
Thanks for hanging in there. Thanks for coming back. I'm super excited. I just can't ready. I'm just so ready to go. This has kind of been just a get to know us, get caught up in what went on the last year and
Yep.
all the changes. Next week, expect a little more regular Rabbit Trails episode.
That's a good way to
Yep,
put it.
Canada. Look out.
Yeah,
We're coming full force this year.
we've been pulling our punches the last couple years. We can't ever coming for you. Then London, you're next.
It's unlike me to turn on my own, but Montana putting you on notice.
Montana's going unnoticed strong. Honestly, I'm
Let's go.
Let's hit the bordering country. Colorado can follow next. You know what I mean?
Bunch of
I got
weed
friends.
smoking
I got
hippies.
I got people I know who live there, but like at the same time,
We love everybody, but just some people.
no. Randall.
States.
I think we offended enough people. for
Yeah,
tonight.
let's go.
Okay. Well, this has been episode banger. That's my replacement when I get.
That is what happens when he forgets.
This has been episode banger, ladies and gentlemen. It might be the new title of this episode. But for real, though, I do know it's season 4. That's what matters. We're here.
73.
Thanks for being with us. I think we're going to hit the outro now, Randall.
Let's go.
You want to hit it?
Can I do it?
Well, no, you don't have to yet.
Well, set me up.
I'll set you up. This has been episode banger. I just said that. Seriously, thank you for being here. We will be here every Monday from now until the Lord returns. Hopefully, I don't know. I'm really hyping this up. I don't know. I shouldn't be giving the mic right now, but either way.
Glory, what? We need to get out of here.
Seriously, guys, we will see you next week. Have an amazing week. We'll be back here with you 6 a.m. Sorry, Monday mornings. It's been a minute since I did this. Are you good enough to hit the outro?
Are you good enough to say something other than episode banger?
I will say one final thing.
All right, let's
The music's been playing for 4 hours.
See you next week, everyone.
See ya! Episode banger?
Guys,
I don't know what episode it is. You think I'm a seasoned vet at this, okay?
Episode banger.
It was a banger.